I remember taking a photo of myself in the gym, looking at it and immediately deleting it. I hated how skinny and weak I looked. I was so disappointed how I just had no muscle at all. But now I sit here making videos with my shirt off, feeling confident and happy with the physique I have, looking in the mirror and actually feeling proud of what I look like and who I am. And the best part about this is you can do it too. If you follow the exact steps I put out, you'll be able to make the physique you want, get in the shape you want, and you'll be able to do it so much quicker than I did, as you won't have to go through all these different mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 biggest steps that took me from hating my reflection in the mirror to being in the best shape. And the 3 steps that you need to follow are: first, the perfect diet to eat. You need to fuel your body correctly and eat the right foods. Second is the most important workout to perform to actually build the muscle. And the third is the lifestyle that you have to live. Step 1 is the perfect diet to eat. I remember so many days where I'd leave the gym, I'd go to the shop and I'd buy just loads of bagels, pizzas, cookies, all of this different stuff to try to get the calories in and try to bulk up. I thought doing this was the best way for me to gain muscle, for me to get in the shape that I wanted to get to. But it turns out it wasn't, because the whole time I was doing this, the whole time I was eating all these different foods, I just wasn't seeing results. I wasn't making any progress in the gym. The amount of weight I was lifting just never went up. And it's because all the foods I was eating, they didn't fuel me right. I focused on eating processed foods and I wasn't eating healthy, good quality foods. Instead, I was just eating as much as I could. I was focusing on quantity instead of quality. But what was actually important and what actually got me results was when I focused on quality, when I tried to eat healthy whole foods. So the foods that are the Mother Nature made food, so your fruit, your vegetables, your meat. These foods had all the nutrients, all the micronutrients, minerals, everything that my body actually needed. And when my body had all the right nutrients in, I started to build muscle quicker. As I was more healthy, I felt better, my skin got clearer, and it made me see better results. So what we want to do is actually eat the healthy whole foods, the real foods that came from this world, because they have the best macro, micro, all different nutrients in. And I've got a whole meal plan here that you can follow so you can simply eat these foods. So start with meal 1. We've got 6 whole eggs and 1 avocado. This meal is just brilliant to eat at the start of your day. It's high in protein, and the avocados, I just like avocados. You can have a lot of salt on it, and that's good sodium for your body. Just start on the day with just 6 eggs. Is so simple and so easy to have, as it has 700 calories, 45 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 10 grams of carb in that meal. Early on, we're getting 45 grams of protein. That's brilliant, as protein is what we need to build muscle. It's the most important thing about it. So us getting this protein in early with the 6 eggs is so helpful to have. When it comes to meal 2, which is 250 grams of beef mince, we're going to have the 25% fat and 1 small sweet potato. This comes to 800 calories, 55 grams of protein, 35 grams of fat, and 40 grams of carbs. Already within the first 2 meals of our day, which we could eat literally for breakfast and for lunch, we're hitting 100 grams of protein. This, we're flying already. We're getting our protein intake in quickly. So you're gonna be able to build muscle so much quicker when you eat the right amount of protein. And also with the sweet potato, the carbs are going to give us good energy, and we're going to feel energetic, we're going to feel healthy. So this second meal is so important to have the 25% fat, as that's where you're going to get the fat and you're going to get the calories in. And with this meal, I'd always like to have this tin foil butter with it. This has extra fat in it, and it just makes the meal taste nicer. So the third meal we want to be eating, we're going to have 100 grams of Greek yogurt, 30 grams of nuts of any kind, and 1 banana or any type of fruit or honey. This meal comes to about 375 calories, 14 grams of protein, 15 grams of fat, and 38 carbohydrates. This is a brilliant pre-workout meal to give yourself the right amount of energy and the right amount of you give yourself that little boost for when you do a workout. So if you do a push day, a pull day, whatever day it is, you're going to have that little extra energy boost so you can push yourself harder and actually build more muscle doing that. So this is just an easy snack to have, really. Meal 4, this is 250 grams of beef mince, full fat, and 1 sweet potato again. This comes to the same of 800 calories, 55 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 20 grams of carbs. And it's just nice to end your day with. This is the last main meal. And us having 250 grams at the start of the day and the end of the day for meal 2 and 4, it's just easy to eat a lot of mince, a lot of protein, and just it's so much easier. And this is quite cheap to have, as 500 grams of mince costs about £3. So that's £1.50 for each meal, and they are filling meals. Then for snacks that we want to have throughout our day, things like fruit, milk, yogurt, nuts, all of these things, they're just easy to eat. Whenever you've got a sweet tooth, whenever you just fancy something to eat, go for these little things here, as they're just helpful to have whenever I get a chocolate craving and I really want a chocolate bar or I want some flapjack. I can just eat a banana, or I can eat some strawberries, I can have some nuts and honey. Like, it just cures your craving. So I recommend things like nuts and blueberries, maybe like a peanut butter smoothie, so peanut butter, bananas, milk, all that stuff in, just to stop yourself from eating the junk food, eating the pizzas, the chocolates and everything else. And for hydration, we want to be drinking 2.5 litres of liquid every day. This liquid could be milk, it could be water, it could be like freshly squeezed fruit juice. We just want to make sure we get 2.5 litres. No matter how big you are, you want 2.5 litres. It's the same for everyone. And with this 6 to 9 grams of salt, this is good for your electrolytes. And your electrolytes mean you won't feel fatigued, you'll feel very fresh and very energetic. If you want more meal plans that you can follow to help you gain muscle, click the link in the description now. So with these meals, if you can just do them every single day, you can stick to this routine of having this meal every day, it becomes so easy to stick to your diet. As if you just keep it simple, keep it basic, and just keep following the same routine, the same meal plan. It's so much easier than overcomplicating it, trying to have a load variety in your diet, trying to change each dinner each day. Instead, you just keep it basic, keep it simple, and you see more progress like this as you can be more consistent to it. So I recommend just following this diet every single day of the week. Change the meals about if you want. Find what works best for you. But just following it every single day. Sticking to the same diet, the same routine. This is where I saw the best results, when I just did the same thing every single day of the week. Step 2 is the most important workout to perform. Every time when I started the gym, every time I'd walk in, I'd feel very lost. I remember walking in one day, just standing there, and it was such an overwhelming place, looking at all these different machines and just not having a clue how they worked. I didn't know what exercises I should really be doing. I knew I should go gym and I should build muscle, but I just didn't understand how properly. And even as I developed and I got more and more into the gym and I started to learn more and more, I still had this overwhelmed feeling. I was always trying to have the most scientific exercises, the best, most optimal exercises, but they didn't make me progress. I didn't see results doing these scientific exercises. And the problem I found, which many others may find as well, is we just overcomplicate it. We make the process of trying to build muscle too complicated, too hard to do. And we don't need to do this. If we stick to the basics, the simple things, like if we just do what feels good and what's right, we see more progress. This is where doing what you enjoy, just doing what feels the best for your body is so important, and just listening to our bodies over the science, over what other fitness influencers say. As when I started to just do the exercises that I enjoyed, like your bench press, like your squats, like even your unoptimal exercise, like deadlift, all of these things which aren't the best, but they're enjoyable to do, I actually saw more progress as I wanted to get better results from them. I wanted to progressively overload. So what you want to do for the workouts is to do the ones you enjoy. And I'm going to list a workout here of the most enjoyable exercise and the thing that I found best for me. But for this whole workout, we're going to be following 3 sets of 10 reps. This is because I found if you do any more than 3 sets, it becomes boring. The exercises just aren't fun anymore. And any more than 10 reps, it's more of a cardio exercise. Like, it's just tiring. It's more endurance than it is building muscle. So you can change this to 2 sets or 3 sets, but I recommend doing 3 sets of 10 reps for all of these exercises. We'll start with our push day. What we're going to be doing here as the exercise is first bench press. I love to start with a bench press, as you can just try to get better and better at it. It's the best thing to set a goal for. Like, I always have a goal of 100 kg bench press. Then I put it for 110, then 120, and you can set your own goal. So whatever, go to 100, go to 120, whatever the goal is, set a goal for bench press. And every week, you just want to do 3 sets of 10 reps. You can even lower it. You can do 2 sets of 5 reps, or you just change it up for yourself. Find what you enjoy with this. But I start with bench press, then I go to incline bench press. This does the upper chest, and I just like the feeling of this exercise. Usually I'll do it on a Smith machine, which is my favourite to do it on. Then we go to a pec fly, where you just fly it in, one of those. This is just like, it's a nice burn on your muscles. It's a nice burn on your chest. Then we'll go to shoulders, so we shoulder press. Either you can do dumbbells or machine. I prefer to do a machine where you overhead press it and back down. Then lateral raises. Here, I usually use dumbbells. I find cables I don't like the feeling of cables. I like the feeling of dumbbells. I feel you can go to failure harder and even do a drop set of this. So you do 10 reps, and then you drop it down, do a lighter rate, and you do 10 reps again. Then we'll come to triceps. We'll do tricep push downs. I like to use 2 ropes. So you get 1 rope, you make it as long as possible, and you get another rope, you make it as long as possible, and use both ropes and do tricep push downs on a cable. And the last is stroll crushes. You have you'll be laying on a bench press, and you'll have the barbell behind you, and you're like extending your elbows like this. And for all these things on a push day, it's my favourite day to do. You can change the reps, change the sets, change the exercise, but this is what I found works best for me. The next is a pull day. We're going to start with pull-ups. I really just want to get good at pull-ups and like body weight exercises. So I do pull-ups or I do weighted pull-ups where you like have a weighted belt and you add like 10 kg, 20 kg and you try to do as many as you can. This is just a nice back exercise to engage your back. It makes you better at calisthenics and it's just fun to do. After that, we go to barbell bent over rows. Here, you feel it in your like the lower lats and stuff as you're pulling, and you feel it in your biceps and your forearms as well. Then we go to a cable row. This is where you're sort of sitting, it's a machine, you sit down and you row it to your chest and back out. Then last one is rear delt flies. So on a cable, you have both the cables up and essentially you pull it across like that. That's a rear delt fly. And then we've got the biceps. First, seated bicep curls. You sit down in a bench press and you do bicep curls like that. Then we go to preacher curls. You put your arms over a preacher machine, you do preacher curls. And last, hammer curls. This is where you curl up like this and back down with a dumbbell. Then we come to leg day. Depending on who you are, I like to do squats, but you could do leg press instead. But after you've done the squats, I like to go as heavy as I can for these. After I do Romanian deadlifts, and then I'll go leg extension, leg curl, calf raise. It's a very simple leg day and I'll just try to push myself as hard as I can with this. I'll try to take each exercise to true failure and really push myself with the 10 reps and challenge myself with the weight each time. And I definitely recommend you do the same for this. And if you want more workouts like this, click the link in the description now. But with these workouts, we need to make sure we don't overcomplicate it. Stop trying to change exercises. Pick a workout to do, just like this one I've showed you, and just stick to it. Do it every week. Try progressively overload. Get better and better at it. Keep adding weight and adding weight. Set your goals. Maybe you want to hit 100 kg bench press, 110 kg bench press. But whatever you do, just stick to it. Keep doing the same thing every week, as that's where you're going to see progress. You just need a plan and to stick to it. So that's why we've got a diet plan and a fitness workout plan to do here. So step 3, the lifestyle you got to live. Most people know what they have to do. Like everything I've given you, you've probably known about it. You've probably known good diets to have, good workouts to do, but they haven't even implemented it. And I was the same. I didn't implement it for the longest time. And this is the problem. It's not a problem of what workout, what diet, it's of doing it. As I remember, I used to go to the gym with one of my friends and we were working out one day and he was complaining about how he just didn't see progress, how he wasn't getting any stronger, he wasn't getting any bigger. And I remember asking him like, oh, how long have you been going gym for? How long have you been doing this? And he literally had been going gym for about 2 to 3 days. And he was so surprised that he hadn't seen any results. But the thing is, you've got to be patient, you've got to wait for the long run, and you've just got to be consistent with it. And it's a very hard thing, it's a very strenuous thing to do. So I remember going gym day in, day in, day in, trying. And I just, for the longest time, I didn't see results. I didn't think I was making any progress. And it's discouraging, but you just have to stick to it. You just have to keep going and going, keep trying and trying. And I remember the day where I actually saw results. I was standing in my garden and I was sort of just looking at my physique. I was topless and I was looking at how I looked. I remember looking and just being so surprised with how in shape I was. I could see the abs, I could see my shoulders sticking out. I generally felt in the best shape ever. And it's almost like all that hard work that I did, all those days I did in the gym, paid off on just that one day. I never saw any results. I generally didn't feel like I saw progress for all the days before. But on this one day where I was looking at my physique in my garden, I generally saw the results then. And this is what you have to do too. You have to just keep going and going. You have to keep trying and trying. And one day you'll look in the mirror, your friend will say something to you and you'll just see how good shape you're in. Your friend will say how much bigger you look than before. And that's what you've got to work towards. You just got to keep working and working. And then you'll have that one day. You'll have that one day where it all clicks and it all works out. But you just have to stay patient and consistent to it until that day happens. And the best way that you can ever do this is to become the type of person that builds the muscle. You have to have all the right habits. So this means going to bed early instead of playing with video games, eating fruit instead of chocolate. You know what? Like being consistent every single day, not skipping the gym because you're tired, not skipping the gym because you can't be bothered. Instead, you have to become a person who builds muscle. And once you become a person who builds muscle, you start to build muscle. You just have to have all the right habits, as you are what your habits are. As when I started eating clean, when I started literally training every day, I started doing everything right. I had a set bedtime. I did everything I was meant to do. I naturally just built muscle. It was like, it's impossible not to. If you do all the right habits, you eat the right diet, you do the right workout, you train as hard as you can, you go to bed early, you do everything you're meant to do, you will see the results. It's guaranteed. It may take time, it may take patience, but it's guaranteed to see the results. So you just have to make sure you're that person that can keep on going and going, just like have grit. You just keep on going and going, keep on trying and trying, and you will see the results, I can promise you that. So if you just commit 100%, the results will come. But that was all for this video. I really hope the meal plan and the diet has helped. If you want more like that, please click the link in the description now. But apart from that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bash.